afternoon, good evening everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. We're here and we're live, and it's the morning where I am. Maybe it's the evening where you are. A wee bit of a different scheduling for stream today, but it's because we've got a lot going on, guys. We have got another Sorare deadline to get stuck into, and I'm coloured up today, guys. We are ready. It's going to be a huge Champions League midweek. So much is on the line for so many clubs, especially mine, of course. And today, I'm actually going to be at the press conference with Brendan Rodgers to preview Celtic versus Young Boys. But the bad news is that the press conference starts at 3 o'clock, so it's going to be non-helpful to the deadline in any way. So, but that's not really any big problem, because any of you guys are watching this live or after we've been live. The Celtic team is somewhat predictable, so I don't actually think we need to have that intel any earlier than what it is, but I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a big, big day, and I'll be live later on the channel later tonight, because coming out of the game week that we've just left behind, I thought I had them all set up, but it looks like there was one missing. We've actually got 9 boxes already in the can, and we're going to be leaving this game week with another like 7 boxes or something like that. So all the boxes I have are all Champion Euro or neutral based in terms of the rare ones in any case. So yeah, we've got like 6 new ones coming. There's a limited in there, I think, so 7 rare boxes. We'll have 15 boxes to crack open tonight, and this essence here is all neutral, so we'll be going for the old Champion Euro crafting tonight, so that should be good fun. So I'll see you later tonight as well, of course, but we're here to set some teams. We're here to have a look at some predicted 11s before we get stuck into the Champions League game week as well. All the predicted lineups are powered by Predictify. If you haven't checked out Predictify already for predicted lineups, then make sure you do so. If you do sign up to any sort of package or anything like that, so you can access all the stuff that you see on the stream today, use code Quinny Harry. Quinny's spelled just like you see over there. The gun show is that way. And then Harry, so Quinny Harry, all one word. I don't know if it's case sensitive, but do caps anyway, just to be safe. And by doing so, you support me, Harry Trades, the Deadline Show, all the content that you guys see and hopefully enjoy across both channels. So yeah, guys, it's going to be a big one. It is a big one. And I think like Champions League, it feels like so long since it's been here. And this is one of the beauties of the new format, is that we have 8 group stage matches. This is match day 7. Celtic haven't seen match day 7 in over 10 years. So we're excited. And this match day 7 might just unlock match day 9 and 10, which would be mental for us. To get 10 Champions League games in a season, which is just, yeah, I'm smiling from ear to ear. Cannot wait. I think I've managed to wangle a ticket for the game as well, by the way, so I'll be there in full effect. I need to have some Celtic firepower going out there this game week. But as you can see, the good and the great of European football are all back. Some clubs and whatever have had like some winter breaks. Some of them have been playing all the way through. Some of them are dead in the water. Some of them still have something to play for. I guess we should open up the Champions League table so we can kind of compare and contrast a little bit of what's going on. I like the Google one because it's just kind of friendly on screen here normally. Yeah, it's quite good, isn't it? I wonder if we mag in. Yeah, it's a bit better, isn't it? But it makes me want to move the chat, so I might throw the chat over on top of me. So let me go and grab the chat. Right, guys, you're gonna join me over here now. Sorted. So let me see. Mini-Me was first in the chat today. Good to see you. Timbo, good to see you. Rico Man, as always, my man. Benny, good to see you. And Boyson, Johnny TH. Going full City stack. Ooh, and full Gala. Gala should be good. And you're doing that in the specials now. There's a little bit of strategy that we've got with Sorare Fantasy Football this game week, is that there's not just the Champions League ones open for all the, how much money's on the table for the in-seasons. $30,000 on just for this one, the special event, the European Nights, across all the competitions, which is fun. But we've also got the specialist, which is only a little bit smaller, and it has some funky rules attached to it, so that maybe levels the playing field ever so slightly for all of us. But then we've also got the Europa League now. The Conference League, I believe, is finished all of its match days now, so it is only the Europa League that is going to mirror the Champions League for the next 2 match days. I'm not too sure when the Conference League knockouts come back, but there is no more trapdoor effect across the group stages, so it's not like the Conference League is waiting for Europa League eliminations or anything like that. So anyway, that's by the by. But we've got 3 pretty chunky in-season competitions to definitely be weighing up. What teams are going to be smashing, who's got something to play for, who's dead in the water. All this stuff is going to factor into it, of course, no matter what scarcity of cards, no matter what competition you're going to aim for. Some really good prizes there at the top. The champion one, the one without the specialist requirements, is the biggest competition. I think at all scarcities. At rare, it's $1,500 for top spot. Whereas specialist rare, it's like 1,000, I think. Yeah. So a bit of an obvious one there. If we look at limited, so there's a lot of limited players in the house today. Top spot in the specialist is $800, and for the no holds barred, just Champions League only teams, it's 1,000. So that kind of mirrors the rare one, which is actually quite interesting in terms of just like the out and out. I forget which one it was now. Charlie Dunbar, good to see you. What do we think the multiplex will be? Oh, what do we think the multiplex is going to be? What do we think it's going to be? I wonder. I don't think... What day is it today? Is it? I think we'll know in a couple of days, guys. That's all I'm going to say on that one. It's fun. It is fun. I think there's a good feeling that it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. So, and again, I think, we don't have warm-ups open on this account anyway. I'm not sure if the Zero to Hero account maybe would have that. Or I think the warm-ups are always in the classic mode, aren't they? So I think, yeah, so we've got Best of Europe free to play. Now, guys, I'm actually going after this game week, quite ferociously. And, look at this. Like, top spot, $500 of market credit. This is free to enter. You can play maximum 1 limited. It's open to me. It's open to you. And, I think there's been market credits in Best of Europe once or twice before, but with the way boxes are evolving, I think looking at that gameplay update, that boxes might be semi-retired or like exclusive to specials or something like that. So market credits are going to be a wee bit harder to come by, and I'm not too sure that this might not be a bad way to just play the game anyway, because it's commons. You can play any team you want, any card you want. You can play maximum 1 limited. I'm maybe going to go with Kasper Schmeichel here. Don't have any outfielders, of course, but... So I fancy a wee bit of that. It's listed as a classic competition. We do have all the kind of equivalents as well as an all-star and an under-23 open in the classic mode as well. So these are going to be quite fun, and all divisions are open for under-23 as well, just to kind of recap that. So that's quite fun. Mickey Basson, good to see you. Someone knows something. Yeah, maybe. It's fun. It's not. It's certainly fun. That's as much as I can say. I think I trusted my gut and lost. Timbo, what did you trust your gut with? And you just became a member, so thank you very much, Timbo. You got your season ticket in with FC Barcelona, so that's a £1 a week, £4 a month membership. And I do gallery reviews for Sorare players every Monday, sometimes Tuesday, sometimes Wednesday, on the channel. Every Thursday we do lineup building for you guys ahead of the weekend game week. We have a Telegram group. Telegram, it's just like WhatsApp and Discord, but way better. And I also give away all the limiteds that I craft, guaranteed, to the members as well. There's a wee glance at Telegram. Nice wee bubble pop-out chat system. And the majority of limiteds I win, if not all the limiteds I win, will probably be given to the members as well. But I say, because some of my classics are there for yielding, I always feel just a wee bit Ockies guaranteeing that. Because if I did get something mad, then I'm probably punting it. Morning, guys. I love a morning. But then I think, I'd love want you guys to win it. So anyway, I'm always torn with it. We'll just have to live in the moment with cards that I win. Love a morning stream, FF Thinker. I'd love to see it, mate. Thanks for joining us to get me through a quiet day at the office. Well, it's not going to be quiet if this is on. And what else is in the chat? Anything else? I think that's about the size of it. Excellent. So you've kind of had a wee glance at, like, I'm going after this. Like, I want to win that $500 market credit. I'm not too sure what the percentage is that you're allowed for it. Or, like, the thing with market credits is it's $500, but that might be max 50%, max, whatever, 20% or whatever. So, well, I'm not too sure. But anyway, I'm up for winning it. I'm definitely up for going for it. If we have a look at the tables, a wee glance, just to remind ourselves all the runners and riders and who's sitting where. Like, the top 8 goes straight into the quarterfinals or the last 16 or whatever it is. The rest of these teams here, so from 24 to 9, playing a playoff, which is, it can't be the last 32, is it? But no. That must be like, I think they're calling it a playoff round, technically, aren't they? So 24 to 9, that's like 16 teams, isn't it? 15, yeah, so that will go down to like 8, there's 8 there. Yeah, so last 16 will be automatic for these guys. So that's kind of what they want. They actually want to play less games, whereas as a Celtic fan, I'm quite happy that if we get the playoff round and then we win that, get to the last 16, we'll be on up to 12 matches. It could be a real great fun Champions League experience for once as a Celtic fan, from really the start of the season, August, all the way through to like March and April and stuff like that. It's just crazy to think about. But for some of these teams, they don't care about that. They just want to advance as far as possible, get as little as a workload on as possible. And especially for some of these top-end lineups, I'm looking at Liverpool, Barca, Arsenal, Leverkusen. I'd probably put Villa into that equation as well, but certainly Inter Milan. Lille are probably quite chuffed no matter where they kind of finish. But just outside of that, guys like Bayern, Atleti, who are actually looking pretty tidy this year, and maybe one or two other ones that are just kind of in the lower reaches here. Real Madrid on 9 points with 2 games to go. It's not unimaginable Real Madrid could catch the final playoff spot there. And you've got to imagine that's what they're aiming for. We'll see what their fixtures are like, of course, but it's still a lot to play for. Don't think about that. How many teams are... Oh, look at PSG. PSG are under the cosh. So are Man City, by the way. And that's a real 6-pointer, isn't it? A real 6-pointer. Normally when you see like Man City, PSG in the later stages of the group fixture list, it's a dead rubber. They've wiped the floor with the rest of the group stage. But at match day 7, this could eliminate one of them, potentially. So that's massive. That's huge flavour on it. Leipzig, Bratislava, Young Boys, gone. 8 points here. So is anyone out? No. But elimination could happen officially tonight for the likes of Bologna, Salzburg, Red Star, who are playing PSV, actually. Girona as well, not too far away from that problem, as well as Sturm Graz, Sparta Prague, and probably Shakhtar Donetsk. So yeah, PSG and Stuttgart are in a fight here with the likes of PSV and Zagreb. Maybe Celtic come into that. I highly doubt it, because I think we're going to pump Young Boys tonight, or tomorrow. I didn't think Vanaken would drop a 70+. Oh, gutted, mate. He did smashed into a good game. I think the rotation was part of the fear with that there. And there's some nice teams that are kind of sitting pretty, like the Benficas of this world. Atalanta are probably not too overly bothered. They probably fancy they can still sneak in the top there, but again, going well, going strong. As well as Milan, probably. They're probably quite okay with where they're sitting at the moment. Let's have a look at the fixtures one more time. Okay, so we've got Atalanta, who are at home to Sturm Graz. Now, Graz are, as I say, circling the drain. Atalanta sitting kind of comfy, maybe trying to climb into the top 8. And a really strong team, unknown right back for me, so maybe it's not something to watch out for. But this at home, this could be a great game for a Lookman play. De Ketelaar is very much a guy that you would expect to rinse the likes of Sturm Graz, so I actually quite like Atalanta as an attack play. Sturmgratz, Kel Sherpin is back from injury, so he's back in goals. The Brighton keeper on loan, the Dutch giant that he is. The rest of this team, I don't think, is going to give Atalanta much problem, to be honest with you. Atalanta, once they get going as well, can open teams up. So that's actually a wee bit understated on our kind of little first overview there, I think. Monaco Villa, this is a kind of top of the table clash, isn't it? Monaco currently in 16th, maybe not quite top of the table, but they're firmly mid-table, aren't they? And Aston Villa, of course, we'll look at in a second. But this looks pretty much as strong as it goes, with Singo coming back in, Kelleher, Vanderson there. But yeah, an unfamiliar left back to me anyway, Elaby over Chao Henrique. I don't know if that's maybe a pace or a tactical decision. Mayeki, the goalkeeper, is back in, of course, and the rest of this team has been really on peak form. Monaco are going to be dangerous. They're going to give Villa a real problem. And with Diego Carlos, it looks like he's on his way to Fenerbahce, I want to say. They're going to bring Loic Badi in for Sevilla. It maybe makes some of his decisions for him, Unai Emery, in defence, because Mings and Konsa, it's not a combination I've regularly seen this year. And I'm not saying Carlos would start it overly, let's say, but I don't think he has much room for flexibility with the likes of Matson and Costa, I can't say his last name, who are left back and right back, being the only other defensive options to maybe rotate into this game. Bogard, who's had some actual interest this transfer window, he's looking to start this alongside Wee Boobs, Yuri in the 10, Ollie Watkins or Duran up front, Bailey and Rogers out wide. So that'll be a fun game if you watch that one, I think, especially the Villa fans. I think they'll be quite I don't think they're going to be writing that one off or taking anything for granted there. Then we've got Atleti versus Leverkusen. There was a nice meme that came out, I forget which club it was from, but this is actually quite an often played fixture, let's say. And Atleti at home, looking pretty strong. Now, Giuliano Simeone, son of El Cholo himself, looks to have displaced, alongside Manuel Molina, Marcos Llorente, which deeply saddens me, but the rest of the team looks pretty nailed. Jan Oblak was pictured after the game at the weekend with his hand firmly in ice. So I was actually thinking that Musso might come to play this game, but there's pictures of Jan Oblak training yesterday, quite normally with the rest of the team and all the rest of it. No bandages or special gloves or anything like that. So I think that's maybe just a precaution, just for some swelling or whatever, rather than anything serious. Conor Gallagher looks to start this game, and I think that's a kind of indication on Atleti's approach to this game with Simeone and Gallagher. It's just going to be a lot more about endeavour, playing the Atleti way. And Leverkusen, Xabi Alonso's stock continues to rise. He's going to play this fun back four of 4 centre-backs, but Hinchape and Mukiele both kind of like playing full-back, but aren't really full-backs. They're kind of centre-backs that are not too bad out there. So this is a really fun back four. Should actually... Hradecki is a terrible keeper sometimes on Sorare, right? He's only 65% on to play this, so he's not even certain. It might be Kovar. But, Griezmann's great, Atleti are quality, but that's a really strong defence. Really strong defence. Xhaka and Palacios shielding in front of them, and then Grimaldo and Frimmers just flying and bombing on, with Schick as a target man and Wirtz as a playmaker. Xabi Alonso's got a plan here. If this is the team that goes out, it might not be an all exciting match for how good both defences are, but this will be a good kind of chess ball match, I think, for seeing the manager's tactics, how the substitutions evolve the game, halftime team talks, that sort of thing. I think I'm up to speed with the chat. Sorry, I thought it ran out. Oh no, the chat is moving on this page. Sorry guys. I don't know why it's taking so long over there, so let me just get a wee pop-out chat sorted. So I've got 2 chats up and going. Harry Trades is in the building as well. Harry, good to see you, my man. This pop-out chat, I'll keep this here to the side so I can see that, because that's populating quicker. Mikey Basson's in the house. Axel S2, good to see you. I'm hoping Girona can do something against AC Milan. Jesus. Ederson at Atalanta could be a very nice play in midfield. If he can get decisive, he scoops up lots of AA. Against Sturm Graz, actually, Ederson could be a nice midfielder pick. If his L15 is low enough, he could be a nice specialist pick. Benfica, Barca. Now, Barca, I think, they're flying high. They're doing good. Benfica, again, similar to Monaco and AC Milan, I think Benfica are kind of content with where they're at the moment. No real jeopardy on falling out the equation. And, can they squeak a little bit higher? Now, the thing I think with this, right, is Benfica are, firmly a Champions League outfit. They're not going to win the Champions League or anything like that. But at home, especially, this isn't a gimme for Barcelona at all, especially the whole Portugal-Spain thing. That's always quite tightly contested over the years at club level, Champions League, Europa League and stuff. Leandro Barreiro or Arunes up here, but with Pavlidis, who's not been that impressive. You know, I just think you can't write Trubin off in the Champions League. I think the defence is really good, and they do just have that bit of guile. And if Di Maria comes back in, they've got a little bit of Champions League pedigree and that little bit of El Clasico. You know, Di Maria's going to score against Barca vibe that could just play into this game. But Barca are second in the table, are going well for the most part. No Dani Olmo for this game. But otherwise, like with Ronald Araujo being back, the goalkeeper's 50-50, but it's pretty much as strong as it comes. I think a lot of Barca fans, there are certainly a lot of neutrals, would imagine potentially the best midfield three includes Pedri and Gavi, and Casado has kind of made this position his own. So even without the likes of Dani Olmo, really how weak are they sort of thing. So could be a good game for Barca, but this feels like a 1-0 or, you know, a tight game kind of thing. To me, Bologna, who could get eliminated tonight if they don't get a win. Maybe a draw is enough to keep them in the frame. I'm not too sure. Yeah, I think they need a win, don't they? Otherwise, they're cooked. So Bologna need to win. It's backs against the wall for them. Skorupski's in. I don't see. Oh, Ferguson isn't on for this one. That's funny to see. Not funny in a ha-ha way, but didn't expect that. And Doy and Orsolini out wide are definitely guys that can make the difference. Maybe not to be written off yet, but with the likes of Dalinga and Castro, they've just not been really finding the back of the net offering enough Bologna. Borussia Dortmund are not exactly the finished article themselves, but like when you've got Schlotterbeck in the team, when you've got a great informed Nemeka that we're seeing at the moment, I've seen him linked back to Man City. Bino Gittins in the form of his career, of course, Girassi fit and available, and Julian Brandt, the orchestrator that brings it all together. It's hard to imagine that Bologna don't concede a goal or two in this one. But the Dortmund defence can give you any amount of goals that you care to imagine. Ryerson looks to play in left back with Jan Kuto right back. So I think Dortmund, where are they in the table? They definitely need points at the moment. I think, they're on the bubble. So Dortmund, they're obviously quite cool and comfy that they're going to get through at the next stage. But with the way their domestic seasons went, they want less games rather than more games. So this is a huge one for them that could propel them into the top 8. I'm not too sure what their last game is, but make no mistake about it, they're going to be taking this uber seriously. And German teams are hard to write off in Europe. Club Brugge, who I think are all but I think they're actually kind of in the mix still. Yeah, they're on 10 points, so they're looking to really hang on to everything they can. They're at home to Juve. This looks like quite a similar team that they lined up against Celtic. I think their Champions League strategy has been quite consistent, although the Taibi guy on the right, I don't think, or Talbi, he didn't play against us. I forget who it was now in that right midfield position. But otherwise it was basically the same team that played against us, and they weren't that great. Celtic really did let the goalkeeper off the hook, and they didn't create much chances against us. I'm not too sure about the shape and the formation, right? But if they are playing anything that looks like this, by the way, then I'm quite excited about Coop. It looks like, see if Coop is like the forward. Oh, this could be amazing. The defence isn't giving me great confidence, but like Nico Gonzalez, Timo Weah, great players, great form, really levels above Bruges. Locatelli and Thuram and Doogie and Coop, this could be good, right? But I don't think Juve rip them 5-0, but it could be a high AA match, 2-0. Kind of what I'm thinking. Thoughts on Sociedad? I think we'll get there, buddy. We'll definitely get there. Stuttgart should be fine versus Bratislava. Yeah, you're probably right. Sorry, yes. Ben. Sorry, faux pas from me there. It's not me that named our stupid team. Ian Sorare, good to see you. Into Rosie, good to see you. I've got a feeling there will be a DNP drama. Yeah, there could be. Jay Blaze, good morning, of course, good to see you. And Joe Thompson. Talbot is first choice now. Skov Olsen. Skov Olsen's out the building. He's away to Wolfsburg, I think, isn't he? So good catch on that, mate. Great. Now, we don't have a predicted team for Red Star, but they... Crvena Zvezda, that's how they're wanting you to say it, are kind of dead in the water, aren't they? They are playing against, of course, so it just fell out the back of my head there, PSV, who's actually at home, but PSV are actually away. And, even though they are dead in the water, their fans are still going to turn up for this game, and they're still going to want to win. Let's call a spade a spade. PSV haven't been overly impressive in the Champions League, but they've still got 8 points on the board. And this team is pretty damn strong. The right back's a 50-50. Ledesma might be a fun wee random pick for me, maybe, in a team somewhere. But seeing Saibari, Lang, Veerman, Bascagli, all in the starting lineup, let's call a spade a spade. Where would Red Star be in the Dutch league? Maybe the top 5, but it's a maybe, isn't it? So that could be really good. But it is away from home, and it's a hostile place to go, Belgrade, Serbia. So Yeah, PSV might be a bit tame for it. Let's see how it goes. Ledesma's in for the looks of it, which is cool. Now, Liverpool, I think, mathematically maybe guarantee something from winning this game, but I don't think they're under mad pressure for this one. Awesome. Okay, cool. So yeah, I don't think Liverpool are under mad pressure to do anything, but let's be honest, if they are in a slot, you're not giving up the ghost here, are you? Lille have kind of been the banana skin team but the Champions League, and you know, like, a lot of their players in the shop window right now. This is a team that looks to be playing for Liverpool. Liverpool are at home. It is at Anfield. Anfield is one of the special stadiums in Europe under the floodlights. But it does look like Salah's not going to start this one. It's going to be Chiesa, Nunes and Diaz as the front three. Now, I don't think that's a huge hindrance. Now, let's see how Chiesa does, right? But the rest of the team's super strong. Harvey Elliott and Curtis Jones will be out to, and this is, quite a rotated team actually when you examine it, with Kelleher in goals. But they keep the likes of Robbo and Van Dijk in there, Champions League winners, of course. And yeah, it's probably all I've really got to say about that. So yeah, this might actually be a weird one. Mitchell Bakker up against Andy Robertson, but that's a kind of back five, isn't it? If you look at Issa Mandi in and behind him, you know, I'm sure out of possession they're going to be narrow. And it's going to be about breaking really with Haraldsson and Joe David. Now I've got a flashback right now to, I'm pretty sure Darwin Núñez getting a couple of goals for Benfica against Liverpool. Obviously not in a similar situation because of the way the Champions League format's changed or whatever. Guys, please do hit the like button, by the way. There's a bunch of you here. Please hit the like button. It helps a lot. If you're having a good time, of course, is the main criteria for that normally, and hopefully you are. What is the price for a Predictify subscription? I'm not too sure off the top of my head, but there's lots of varied ones. So you can just pay for regions. You can pay for the global package. So it's like tailored to yourself. You can do it this month to month. You can pay for the year up front. You can do a variety of different things with it. So I'm not too sure. But the code Quinny Harry does sort you out with some discounts or some like cheaper first months. I forget the up and up on it at the moment. I will check that out and we'll have intel for the deadline show. I'm sorry. I can see a lot of DNPs, especially for Liverpool Barca. Yeah, like, I'm not too sure about Barca. I'm not too sure like who really comes in to upset the apple cart here. Maybe the goalkeeper thing. Maybe Ferran Torres is a bit wild, but I'm not too sure about that. I think with Liverpool fair, like it is kind of a hard team to predict. Like if you play the first choice, yeah, very hard to predict. Yeah, so let's see how it goes. A hard one to say, and but again, might not be a bit of a nothing burger SO5 wise. Could be a great game for Chevalier. Chevalier versus Trubin under 23 keepers in the Champions League. I'm sure there's some in Europa League and whatever. But then we've got the aforementioned Stuttgart who are playing Bratislava, who are dead and buried. Where are Stuttgart in the league? Stuttgart at the moment, oh, they're on the bubble with PSG, yeah, so they're going to elevate, they're going to get to 10 points, there's no question about that. Puts even more pressure on the likes of PSV, Man City, PSG, a lot more pressure on them, maybe even Real Madrid as well. We've not came to their match yet. So yeah, really big game for Stuttgart, and like Celtic pumped them. I don't see, and you know, I think they've been a little bit less fragile at home, Bratislava, but at this point they're done, you know, so Stuttgart, German team in Europe, find it really hard to overlook them. This could be a rout. No two ways about it. Leipzig and Sporting. Now, Leipzig, again, are not going to give up the ghost. You know, every win is valuable to them. Coefficients, money, all the rest of it. Sporting, yeah, this will be quite a... I don't know, Leipzig are funny because they've got genuinely nothing to play for, but they don't really have the depth to rotate either. They're going to try and rotate Simons, it looks like. And Haidara comes back in for Campbell, who's played the last few games. Baumgartner looks like he'll be rested. It's a kind of nothing burger of a match. Sporting highly motivated for this one. I can see Sporting scoring goals against Leipzig just because of the way Leipzig seasons went. Great game for Gyökeres to really put the detractors back in their place, like the Carragers or the English media that are saying no, he couldn't do it for Brighton and all that. Brighton don't let good players go. Zeno De Bast in midfield is going to be a fun little wrinkle to look out for this. And Fresneda, I thought he moved. Did somebody not sign Fresneda? Ben Johnson, do you like I very much like the new structure. Very much like it. It's not perfect because you cannot play every team in the league, so it's still imperfect. But I think it's really good. I think it's really inclusive as well for like other teams because it just spreads the money across a bit better. So if you look at like Celtic, obviously we're living it, right? But all the teams that finish in this clutch here have already had 2 more games. The majority of us, you know, the Celtics, maybe sometimes the Lisbons, Monaco's, Benficas. Not all these teams always get out the group stages, but we've all, even these teams that are eliminated, we've all had 8 games of money. And then if you get to this stage, you get to 10 games of money. Like it's just so much. It's game changing. You're going to really see a big. Over the next couple of years, you'll really see a bit of a morph across European football. I think where the Celtics, the Benficas, Ajax aren't here, so it's probably PSV in this picture, isn't it? Some of these teams can really start to, you know, maybe not match the top 5 teams, top 5 leagues, top teams, but start to be somewhere on closer to parity with it, you know. So I really like it. But yeah, that's a fun, interesting one there if you've got any of those cards. Shakhtar, I think, are all but dead and buried, and Brest are riding high. Shakhtar are playing in Schalke at the moment, I think, aren't they? This is their team that they look to play up against. And Brestois, Roman de Castillo is back. Medicamera is there. Bizo, I think this is pretty much as good as they come. Ajork, Abdoulaye Sima, really strong team for the most part. Guys, we're only on 13 likes, so there's about 50 or 60 of you here. Smash the like button. It just tells YouTube we're having a good time and we're getting stuck into some good stuff. Marmouche medical today for City. I can see Van de Voort. Ooh. I always play Van de Voort on the random chance. I could see Van de Voort as well, actually. 65-35. I never really thought about that. Yeah, I could see it. He made his Champions League debut at 16 or 17 or something like that, so I could definitely see that. That's a great shout. Brest could be a wee sneaky one. Arsenal should hammer Zagreb. They should hammer them, honestly. Celtic really let their goalkeeper off the hook. They were going through a bit of an injury crisis when we played them. Maybe they're over that a little bit more. Yeah, Nevestic is back in goals, and Baturina can play from the start. 1 or 2 others potentially, but Arsenal really should be comfortable here. Eliminating Zagreb maybe from the picture perhaps. The Celtic team is very predictable this game week thanks to the performances we've seen in the Cup against Kilmarnock at the weekend, so there's not really much to be discussed here. It is this team that will play. And is there random options for anyone? I don't really see it. Maybe Ida, but nah, not happening. That's the team. Feyenoord, Munich. Ooh, now I actually hope Munich smashed this one, but where are Feyenoord? Feyenoord are in amongst it still. They still kind of need points just to protect themselves, you know. And Bayern would be embarrassed to not be in the top 8. I don't think it really comes down to load management or money or anything like that. But Vincent Kompany, Bayern Munich, not being in the top 8 is kind of out of the question, I think. Like, just kind of, like, morally, if you know what I mean, regardless of all that other stuff. Bayern are just kind of a bit more, like, matter of fact, I think, in that way. In terms of expectations and how they hold themselves and how they generally do deliver. This Feyenoord team, but won't make an easy ride of it. Decent team, it must be said. But again, if this was in the Bundesliga, where did they play? Or where did they finish? Maybe like 7th or something. So Bayern Munich very much levels on them. Really strong team as well. My 3 boys are playing, which is great. And I think, yeah, this could be a good one for Bayern cards. Now, I don't think it's going to be an easy night, like I say. But I think Bayern want this win. It's a very much a Bayern pride thing, you know. And I don't think Feyenoord will get in their way of that. I don't think they can, to be quite frank. So yeah, strong game for Bayern there. The clean sheet's a bit dubious, is probably how I would finish on that. AC Milan at home to Girona. AC Milan, yeah, they're still they're kind of in that upper pack. They're quite happy with where they are, I think. And Girona, like, if they're going to pull a miracle off, like, they need to win both their last games, and they're really praying for other results to go in their favour, of course. This is the AC Milan team. They're still wanting to get top 8. I think AC Milan again. With Conte Sal back in, it's kind of like a clean slate for him. He's not played Champions League yet with this team, so he won't want to lose Champions League matches for his own personal pride, his own personal record. This team's pretty strong. It's hard to argue with it in most positions, to be quite honest with you. And Girona have been so difficult to follow this year. Saganikov is back, might be rotated. They have played Wanpei before in the Champions League. He scored a lovely free kick at home against maybe Bratislava or something like that. But Brian Heel, Donny van de Beek, Danjuma, Abel Ruiz have all been quite... I find it hard to imagine Saganikov doesn't start, but he is just back from injury, so maybe a minute management thing. No Miguel? Doubtful. Oh yeah, he was doubtful the weekend. I thought it was a suspension, but it was an injury thing, of course, wasn't it? And yeah, so like I'm not expecting Girona to do well in this game at all. Like Gazaniga's not keeping a clean sheet, and where does this team get goals? I don't see it. So I don't think it's going to be a good night for Girona. Decent night for AC. Not sure it's like it could be a good one, but I don't think it'll be an embarrassing one for Girona. But yeah, it's a good one for AC overall. PSG versus Man City, the 6-pointer of all 6-pointers this match day. The front line, really hard to predict from the looks of it. Barcola and Doué on a 50-50, and Doué Ramos in the middle is quite a coin toss as well. Kang and Lee not predicted to start, so you know he's going to start. Back four kind of picks itself. I think Vitinha and Jon Snow have kind of own two of those midfield spots now, and Zaire Emery is constantly keeping Fabregas out of this, so this was probably the team for the most part, isn't it? Pace and guile in attack. Hakimi and Mendes providing the width. And Man City away from home in the Champions League, bringing back big KDB. Ederson looks to be back in the sticks as well, with Matías Nunes doing the inverted fullback role maybe, or the cheat code fullback, whatever Man City going to do with this. It kind of gives me Zinchenko vibes a little bit, but it's also on the other side of the pitch. Savio starts, Foden starts, Haaland starts. This is going to be Clash of the Titans, isn't it? And it's, you know, it's going to be a real 6-pointer. Like, I'm expecting this to be like a great game to watch. Goals, action, drama, topsy-turvy. It's not over till it's over. I think this game is going to have it all. Donnarumma and Ederson, the goalkeepers. Need I say more? Real Madrid are at home at Salzburg. Now, Real Madrid need their points. Again, similar to Bayern Munich, Real Madrid are just going to be flat out embarrassed if they don't finish in the top 8, especially with where Barcelona are, you know. So this is matter of pride more than anything. Salzburg, are they eliminated? All but. Not all but. All but, you know. So they're probably going to get eliminated in this game. Is it at the Bernabeu? It is at the Bernabeu. So yeah, Champions League mode is probably going to click into gear. Vinny's in the building. Mbappe's in the building. Rodrigo starts. Yeah, it's just going to be Madrid time, isn't it? Valverde in at right back, because there is no other right back available for this game. Might be cheat code SO5 wise, but it gives a spot in the starting 11 to Ceballos, who might be a nice low cap option actually. Tchouameni back in the holding role. For Salzburg, they're a nice little team, aren't they? But I don't... Yeah, Real Madrid look good. There's actually quite a few of the big teams look quite good. And the thing about it is the motivation's there for results. I think that's an important element of this. There's no Sparta Prague starting 11, but we do have Inter Milan. Now, Sparta Prague are in the kind of all but out stage, aren't they? And Inter Milan are... They've lost one game. I can't remember what it was. Let's click on it. We can't even click on it, can we? Who did they lose to? This is going to show us all the results. I can't remember who it was, but it was a narrow one, and it wasn't a bad one to take in the grand scheme of things. And again, they're just going to want to solidify their top 8. It's not confirmed yet. They're looking good for it. And this is a game where they can get that over the line, I suppose. At home as well, they'll be looking to put on a show. Team is pretty full strength. Still no Kalinoglu. Asllani preferred over Zielinski. Otherwise, yeah, full strength lineup. So, did you see Ceballos get 79 AA? What? Is that the weekend? He's not going to have a... Oh, I suppose we don't have that L15 impact yet, do we? So his L15 is under 60. So that could be really good if for the specials and whatnot. Jesus, jumping jimmies, by the way. 78 and all around. He got fouled 3 times. He unlocked a triple with 5 tackles. A block in there as well. 12 duels won, 0 lost, 5 interceptions. Only 6 missed passes, 73 accurates. Attacking output is not bad with 10 points, but out of the 78, it's definitely one of the lowest contributors. Wow, that's incredible, man. L15 under 60 play. Danny Ceballos feels like a solid one, doesn't he? That's a great shout. City 5-0. Oh, I don't know about that. Nil. Daily Blind in, so they will get smashed. Yeah. Daily Blind's not that Champions League level, is he? Shakhtar at Schalke and Kiev at Hamburg. I love that. Different manager. Can't imagine Cannavaro doesn't run... Oh, we're talking about Zagreb, of course, with Cannavaro being the manager now. Yeah, fair enough. The Zagreb team updated 8 minutes ago. I don't think there's good... I just don't... I think Arsenal haven't been that free scoring. The whole lack of striker thing's been a bit of a meme, obviously, but like I don't think that's going to be apparent in this game. So yeah. So I've kind of picked some teams already. Now I'm actually quite interested to pick my best of Europe. Kasper Schmeichel in goals at limited is just my play. I'm just going to delete the rest of these so that it can give us a kind of fair balance. Now what I actually want to check here as well is the Sorare data like matchup tab thing. Player rankings, triple A's and all that caper. Pick scores is the words I'm looking for. It is. Right, goalkeeper. It's got to be Casper. We don't have Champions League. That's annoying. Is this the weekend? Oh, it is the weekend. So, oh, this is the one we're in at the moment. I beg my pardon. Yeah, so Magic Mike, top keeper. Courtois, oh, they're very good picks, aren't they? But yeah, Schmeichel, double A. That's maybe a Celtic thing, isn't it? Champions League, because we've not had, we got hammered off of Dortmund and stuff. But yeah, I'm happy to live in that space. Schmeichel versus Sommer, Courtois, Mignan. I'm happy to play that fight, especially with my 20% limited. I don't mind that. Let's have a look at defence. Who do we think is going to be the runners and riders? Anton? Lager BLK? Oh, we've not even looked at Europa League. Lager BLK Triple A. Oh, Jesus. Schlotterbeck, I like. Trusty, I like. Rasmus Christensen it wasn't there, but he was actually my pick. I didn't save the edit. But Skagley's up there as well. I think that might be a bit of a false one, but Mittelstadt. I think I like Mittelstadt a lot. We'll look at the Europa League in a second, but I want Mittelstadt in this, I think, against Bratislava. Boom. There we go. I like that. And then we'll kind of run through these, and then we'll go back to the Europa League stuff. It might change my mind a little bit. In midfield, there's not that many. There's only Musiala AAA this game week. Wow. That's quite telling. Yeah, by the way. Hakon Evian, who's he playing against? Maccabi at home. That could be okay. De Ketelaar, I can get behind that as a midfielder, but he doesn't get much AA. You need the decisives to happen, don't you? Alistair Johnson, midfielder card, double A. Love that. And midfielder card is L1552. That's quite interesting. Di Maria, that's just a Benfica stat thing, isn't it? I see Kalmack there. Yeah, midfield is actually the hardest thing to pick, isn't it? Valverde. Or Ceballos, actually. We didn't like Ceballos a second ago, didn't we? Kuhn midfielder card. Hugo Larsson. Midfield is really hard. Kavlina done well for 30. Or talk about the goalkeepers stuff, Snevestich and all that. Fair enough. Enzo Milo. Maybe we just go with the Stuttgart to Hammer Bratislava vibe. Angelo Stiller. Oh, Josh. Mittelstadt has been out with muscle discomfort the last couple of games. That may be a bit of a differential play. Stuttgart need to win this. Like, this is a cup final for them, and it's a gimme of a team, you know. Don't think they mess about. Just to recap it, Stuttgart, they need to jump. They need to jump to 10 points after this game. They will, of course, but they're going to do it. That's going to be the modus of attack, or the modus, whatever the fancy words are. Elise isn't bad, but Feyenoord you just know aren't that pushovery. I'm kind of after pushover games, and there's not that many of them that are clearly like Coop Miners might be a funny little one, but again, Bruges are not no hopers here, are they? And up front, Mbappe. Yeah, there's a good shout for that, but whenever I see Mbappe, I just want to pick Rodrigo. I think that's just a better play. His AA is just way better for me. Let's compare the Real Madrid forwards. So let's look at Mbappe. Let's look at Vinny, who's just back. I think he had a suspension at the weekend, didn't he? And then Rodrigo goes. And I like calling him Rodrigo goes because when Rodrigo goes, Rodrigo goes. Yeah, Mbappe's okay. Mbappe's okay at the moment. Vinny's a wee bit better in this day and age, but I think Rodrigo, when Rodrigo goes, he goes. 80 plus like is where it starts for him. If he gets a decisive, which in a game like this I think he will. So yeah, I like Rodrigo up front. The thinking man's Real Madrid forward, I like to call him. Kane could be cool for a hat-trick as well. Yeah, I quite like this so far. Midfield is so tough, and then extra is just like who's the best, isn't it, in a way? Who is the best around? Musiala. Lager BLK. Akgun at home to Dynamo Kiev. Yeah, I did have Mertens in the first time, didn't I? Let's have a look at the Europa League. Galatasaray, top game here. They're at home to Kiev, and it's all the guns are playing. Baris Yilmaz, Dries Mertens, Akgun, Osman, front four of death. The rest of the team is first choice as well, I think, except for the defensive midfielder guy. And Dynamo Kiev. Let's look at the Europa League table. I now want to see this. I need this context. The Europa League table. Lazio top. Nice. GG's to you. Who are we looking at again? Galatasaray, 6th on 12 points. Yeah, that's not guaranteed. They will. That's big prestige for them, I would say, finishing in the top 8. They're going to want to cement that. And who are Gala playing again? Kiev. Where are Kiev? Rock freaking bottom. Yeah, that feels really good, doesn't it? I think we want a little bit of Galatasaray in our life. Besiktas are at home to Athletic Club. And Besiktas are, they're still in the mix here. 6 points to 7 is an easy bridge to make over 2 games. And who are Besiktas playing again? Sorry, I just totally fell at the back of my head here. Athletic Club. I think they're like 3rd or something. 2nd. Yeah, so they're going quite well. This is a tough game. Going away to Turkey. Like, yeah, I would just stay away from this game if you're an Athletic Club stacker. Besiktas, I think you just go with it because they're at home. They need the points. Hostile atmosphere. Istanbul could really, like, I don't think it's a great game in necessarily, but I think I would play my Besiktas players with a degree of they could work out, but I'm not going to lose any sleep over if they don't. AZ at home to Roma. Now, AZ and Roma are 14th, AZ are 19th. They're both like 1 point away from each other. Real 6-pointer in the middle of that table there. And at home, like the Dutch, they're smart. They're definitely going to play. Gala team will be released before lock. Amazing. And Mittelstadt was cruising at the weekend. Love that. Don't know how his AA will look. Let's have a wee peek at the Valverde thing real sharp. He's played there a few times. SO5 scores. Position. Right defender. Any other kind of defender shots like that? No, it's just right defender. 2 games look pretty good to me. A 95 and a 64, 29 and 35 AA. One with a decisive, one without. Yeah, Valverde might be uber cheat code. Uber. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of this AZ team, but I wouldn't write them off. Roma should do well here. Italians in Europe and all that, but it's a 6-pointer, so hard to call. There's some changes in this team. El Shawari comes back in. Pisili in midfield. Defence has been quite consistent, hasn't it? Bodo, as we've seen earlier, Evian, highly rated. They're at home to Maccabi. This is a team. JPH is playing as well as Evian, so potentially 2 good players. Where are Bodo and Maccabi? Bodo are in 13th on 10 points. So they're going to, they're at home. They'll be looking to keep that up. And Tel Aviv are not out of it yet. So actually maybe quite tightly contested. Funny circumstances with the pitch and where Bodo's located and stuff like that. So an interesting game from that perspective. Lyon are quite high, and I think Fenerbahce are lower mid-table. Yeah, Fenerbahce here on 8 points. Big game for them. Lyon are in a bit more of a comfortable position, but certainly not guaranteed anything at this stage. And guys, by the way, I was so buzzing for Soyuncu to go to Fenerbahce. Some of you will remember this, and he's been mince. And I've seen him somewhere, and I could not believe the L7 or whatever he's built himself. Soyuncu, look at that. Big Soyuncu is happening. Like we always knew he could do. He's absolutely smashing it now. So that's a fun little centre-back development in the Challenger region, or in the Europa League potentially, in the middle of this back 3. Just been an absolute AA machine at home to Lyon. Because again, like this favours a defender like him who's a dual master, a sweeper, a guy that just makes tackles and clearances and stuff. Hard game to call. I hope Cherky does well, but away from home, I don't think Lyon are good enough to really cause Fenerbahce many problems. Fenerbahce could do well. Hoffenheim, Tottenham on the bubble and under a lot of pressure. Going away to Germany, never easy. Hoffenheim on the ropes in the league here. So big 3 points for both teams at both ends of the table. And Dennis Geiger, Akpogom, Chavez. There's a wee bit of Morstite. There's a wee bit of different Gendry. There's different faces, different names in here. And for Tottenham, Richarlison's coming back into the fold. They're going to play Mikey Moore again. So again, I think he's kind of keeping the wee bit of the rotation he's used here, Ange, isn't he? Potentially. Brandon Austin into play. And goals. Tough one to forecast. And then, yeah, 20 Malmo. Now, where are Twente? Because Lager Bielke was AAA. Twente, oh, they need these points terribly bad. And who are they playing? Malmo. Where are Malmo on the table? Oh, this is a real 6-pointer. A real 6-pointer. Nice, by the way. Wow, look how far down they are. Big 6-pointer here, 20 versus Malmo. And who's actually at home? Malmo. Yes, this is in Sweden. This will be an interesting one to see how it shakes out. You fancy 20 should have too much for them, but I know these Scandi teams, you just can't write them off in these situations. So yeah, I'm not going to maybe be as excited about that as the statistics would want me to be. Then I have Porto at home to Olympiacos. This feels like a fun game. Kind of mini Champions League match almost, isn't it? Porto in 18th, Olympiacos in 15th. 1 point separates them. And again, it's just another kind of mid-table 6-pointer. Strong team here from Porto. And again, similar to Benfica at home in Europe. They're a team not to be messed with. And I think Olympiacos, again, are handy. 1-0 Porto, something like that is what you would expect, I suppose. Pilsen at home to Anderlecht. Pilsen, again, very good home kind of situation and all the rest of it. Oh, where are they? Where are Pilsen? Am I tripping? Oh, there they are. 17th. Nice. 9 points for them. And they're home to Anderlecht. Anderlecht are... Wow, third. GG's, Anderlecht. Big game for Anderlecht to get another 3 points. Fogden Hazard is back in the building. I can see he's a big player for the big game, isn't he? This Musa Ndiaye scores well recently. Yari Varsharan, as we know, loves a 90 once in a while, and wouldn't he do it in a game like this? And yeah, let's see. It's away from home. Anderlecht are not big shakes, but could be good. Frankfurt at home to Ferencvaros. I fancied this a lot in my first passing of doing this. Frankfurt in 5th. Certainly want to secure that top 8. It's not guaranteed at this stage. Ferencvaros have just lost their manager to New York City. They're currently on 9 points. They're not guaranteed anything either, don't get me wrong here, but I think Frankfurt at home, Germans at home in Europe, I'd just give them an extra little edge on opposition. Rasmus Christensen could be a great defender. And with no Marmouche, it feels like a lot of AA is gone from this team. So there's a lot of no Dryer for Anderlecht, good point. But it feels like it's decisives only. If someone does get AA, it's probably going to be Götze or Larsson, you think, or Christensen. But at home to Ferencvaros, this should be like a comfy one. Nice against Elfsborg. Both of them are bottom, aren't they? Oh wow, Elfsborg are not bottom. Nice are second. Elfsborg are here. So Nice, they need a hail to the Mary right now, and they need to do it. So throw the kitchen sink at this one. Best team is going out. Are they actually at home? No, they're away. So again, they're going to Scandinavia. Strong team. They really should be doing it, but hard to be confident. Top of the table clash here. Lazio sitting pretty at the top against Sociedad in 12th, who again, Imanol's just a pain in the backside, isn't he? But don't know who's playing up front. Maybe Guendouzi or Ravella, that's a bit undetermined, but the rest of the team is quite set at this point. Mandas has been playing midweeks, which is fine for him. Nuno Tavares back in the rumour mill today. And from the team we've seen at the weekend, Aaron Baru was suspended, very reasonable to assume he comes back in. Take Baranashea didn't start at the weekend, which makes you think that he was prioritising the Lazio game somehow, with Oyarzabal completing that front three. And yeah, it should be a good game, I suppose, but both teams quite hard to nail in. Midtjylland away to Ludogorets. Now, where are the Mighty Midgets? The Mighty Midgets are 23rd. Who are they playing again? Ludogorets. And the Bulgarians find themselves, yeah, in that not quite out yet, but about to be out zone. So Ludogorets at home, again, in Bulgaria. I would not be writing them off as a pushover. There's a bit of quality in the Midtjylland team here. Guys like Paulinho, Buxa, whatever, should be too good, you would think. But, you know, the venue and whatever can be a bit of a leveller. So, not all but done yet. Man United at home to Rangers should be up there with one of the best games. Liverpool updated 5 minutes ago. Ian, brilliant. We'll go and check that out in a second. Amad Diallo, former Rangers legend. You've got to imagine he has a great game in this one. Bruno Fernandes surely brings in a 100. Garnacho is in the shop window, it feels like, for a few teams, so maybe he does well. This is as strong as the Rangers team goes. Hamza Igamani, Cherny, Bayrami. Maybe one of these guys can do something, maybe, but Man United are going for the win here. And I think this is a 6-pointer where they are on the table. Yeah, 7th versus 8th. And yeah, Rangers are not getting points in this one. I don't see it. I think Amarim will have their number quite well. And the quality of this team will probably just shine through with Liam Kelly stealing goals. So, Amad Diallo, Garnacho, Bruno, even Mazraoui. Mazraoui could rip in this match. So, you have my approval to go forth with that one. Rigas, now the Latvians find themselves right at the bottom of here, don't they? Yeah, RFS, third bottom. They are ahead of Dynamo Kiev and Nice, which is quite the juxtaposition. But Ajax themselves, where do they find themselves? Ajax are, yeah, quite in amongst it. 3 points here is what they're expecting and what they're going to get. Strong team. And yeah, I don't know who's been scoring exceptionally well for Ajax, but that'll be a good one for them. Away from home, maybe takes down a wee bit of the top end potential, but you never know. USG at home at Braga. This is the USG team. Koki Machida plays. This is the Braga team. Let's see. No João Moutinho from the start. USG and Braga. Where are both of they? I've not seen Stoya Bucharest, by the way. Maybe we don't have a forecast for that match at all and it's not came up. But USG in 20th and Braga 25th. So yeah, another 6-pointer. Europa League's quite tight. Not many games to get mad excited about. Galatasaray will get that before the deadline, right enough. And Liverpool's just been updated after the press conference, so we'll go and check that out. Real sharp, real quick. And Salah in over Chiesa. Kanate in over Kanate. Yeah, so they're going full strength now all of a sudden from highly rotated. Becker's back in. No Soboslai. Jones retains that spot, but Endo drops out for Gravenberch. Jones for McAllister. Darwin Núñez comes... Darwin Núñez retains the spot up there, doesn't he? So yeah, that's a bit of an interesting development. Nice option now from Andy Robertson with a strong team around him. And Juve was updated 31 minutes ago. Yeah, I don't think we've missed that. Well, Adeyemi play. Adeyemi is forecasted to play 60-40 with Bayer, so almost certainly features. It's a must win. The coach is under heavy criticism. Must win for Dortmund. They're throwing the kitchen sink at it. So yeah, I like Mittelstadt. I like Rodrigo. Midfield, I'm still quite jury's out on. Did we see a good midfielder in the Europe? Oh, we did. Bruno. I had Bruno in my first run as well, actually. Bruno Fernandes for midfield, no problem at all for this. The Mittelstadt thing, I think we could probably just get a safer play than Mittelstadt. If we go back to the game week rankings for defenders, we've kind of looked at them all again. Lagerbielke, I'm not buying into the whole... Now, Lagerbielke is Swedish, by the way, so that's... I don't know if that's factored into the AAA or not. Rasmus Christensen I liked a lot on my first take. I might go back to him. Could go with a Celtic defender, like an Alistair Johnson. No, I think I'm going to leave the Mittelstadt in. I just think like playing Bratislava. The other way, actually, yeah. Let's maybe try and hedge our bets a little bit further. Yeah. So who do we like? Again, let's kind of revisit this properly. Alistair Johnson, we like. Who else is maybe hiding down here? The Galatasaray guys have got a great game. I don't think anyone will be hiding. I think defence is not really a position where players hide from you in this. Rasmus Christensen, it's just his form isn't that exciting, but I really like the profile. I like the game. They're at home as well. You can't just do this, 74 it. I'm after that kind of upper score, that smash piece defender. But Scagli, I don't buy the away form, or I don't buy the away fixture on this one. So Mittelstadt away isn't too bad, because he could smash 100. I've went Trusty. Trusty's a great pick. Yeah, got to be Trusty. You guys are all fancying Trusty. Stoya Bucharest are away at Qarabag, says Padagos, so we're not getting a forecast for that game, guys. Sorry. I'm probably going to stick with Mittelstadt. It's just that wee injury thing. It's giving me a wee tiny bit of fear, but if all yous are going Trusty, it just makes me want to stay with my little different pick a bit more. I was quite tempted on Schlotterbeck away to Bologna, because that could be a good game for him to get like a last man tackle or something, as well as his usual all around that he gets. And then, yeah, it was just like the best of the rest thereafter, wasn't it? So I think we want a Galatasaray player. So if we have a look at Galatasaray, I think I did pick Mertens the first time around, didn't I? Who is just the best? Yeah, it is Mertens, isn't it? Mertens is just the best. So think this is my team. Captain Dries or Captain Rodrigo. Captain Dries. All at home as well, except for Mittelstadt. Oh, that would just be a wee bit sweeter, wouldn't it, if we did just play that Celtic defence that you guys are all going with. We could just maybe squeeze that out. I just like Mittelstadt's potential for 100 too much when I'm looking at all these defenders. Like, who is the Hakimi? It could be Mazraoui, by the way. Mazraoui could be a great shout against Rangers. Hyped that the Gala lineup comes out before kickoff. Good luck to all the Galatasaray plays, by the way. I hope you guys are due a nice big fun win, so I hope he's really getting amongst it this game week. Greg Taylor would be a funny, wee interesting one, but it's just such a punt. I don't know if I want to punt anything on this. Pavard. I'm a big Pavard guy. He's not been scoring well, but he's a bit harder just to select him in that instance. Bastoni, not Pavard. I just like Pavard more. I would just pick him for the differential potential. You know, if Bastoni doesn't do it and Pavard scores his goal or something like that. Or I love DeMarco, of course, but it's just the fullback jeopardy. I'm after something that's like proper, aren't we all, of course, you know, but just this guy will kill it, you know. No two ways about it. I fancy Rasmus to be that guy. Being at home maybe just sways me ever so slightly. Do we have Rasmus still open? I think I closed him. But yeah, it's kind of upper. I suppose this is not a usual opponent. This is Ferencvaros. Yeah, against Riga at home. Look at that AA. So if he could just get a decisive, that's kind of what I'm after. Oh, look at this against Pilsen at home. Yeah, I'm taking Rasmus. That's a hot. That's something for me. Rasmus. I'm taking him. I'm taking Rasmus. Yeah, I'm doing it. Look at that Europa League form. Let's just filter that. At home, even away, not bad against Besiktas. Yeah, give us that. Give us a bit of that. Off the bench, not as effective, obviously, but he's back in the fold. He's on to play. Yeah, I'm actually quite hyped for this. Limited Schmeichel. Let's fucking go get it. Oh, Hein against Graz. I don't think Hein's a big... Oh, Jesus. Padukul, don't do that to me. He gets subbed off limping in the last game. Yeah, Mertens is going to play, we think. And the team comes out before lock. Son Azamog. Don't do that to me. Right, we need to Twitter check this now. Don't know if I've spelled his name right. This is the latest thing talking about his injury. And it's obviously outdated. May have just been a wee bang. Even if he is fine, there's no reason to risk him playing. I disagree. Frankfurt are only on fair. I know you're sitting there going, oh, they're in 5th, right? But Tottenham win. Let's say Tottenham win. Let's say Ajax win. Let's say Bodo win. Let's say Roma win. Let's say, who else? Porto. Very quickly, that position is not comfortable. Nothing's assured for anyone. Lazio and Athletic Club are maybe the only ones. Like Anderlecht are cool because they don't care where they finish now. Like they're just happy that they're getting through, I think. But like for Frankfurt, they need 3 points in this and then they're done. You know, you're maybe quite right, but on the risk element. But he is projected to play. When was it last updated? Let's go check Frankfurt again. Frankfurt. 17 hours ago. Yeah. Any comments? Brown not registered. Hoyland, Mamouche. 80%. Oh yeah, there's this guy Collins. Yeah, that's a threat, isn't it? Tate, Robbo or Kyogo? That's a tough one, mate. That is a tough one. Yeah, you've spooked me a wee bit here. I think Stuttgart need the points more. That's kind of why I was so high on Mittelstadt. 90% on. Yeah, I'm going back to Mittelstadt, I think. You're giving me the fear. I'm going back to Mittelstadt. Don't care he's away. It's not important. It's about getting the points. Mittelstadt's 100 capable. Let's do it. Right, so let's see. These are the other teams that I've kind of listed out already. I'm going with a Celtic in-season team with my rare Schmeichel, and I've went double forward because I just do think that we're going to score goals in this one. And then I've went double defence in the limited competition with the Captain McGregor classic card in there. Kyogo could score. And yeah, double defence is kind of the play for that, I think. And then I think for the special, you can only play 2 Celtic cards. And I had to change. I had in-season Musso in here. And him and Oblak both fit the under 50 criteria, so it made no difference to swap them. But it meant I had Sané in here. So I mean, I had to take out Sané and put in Pascal Gross. But Gross could get good all-around in this. Hatate is my other Celtic midfielder I've not used yet. And Rafinha, like, is my L15 over 60 play. So I think that's quite good. I think that's quite fun. And I've got another Schmeichel I could use, and maybe play like another champion thing or something maybe. Like, let's see, add team. Let's imagine we had Schmeichel in season only. We would still have like Taylor. We would need a classic midfielder. And then yeah, it'd be like Ida probably. And an extra man. Yeah, maybe not actually. For the Champions League we're quite thin there once we get to that level of team, so it would need to be, yeah, I think I'm quite happy with how I've done that with the best of Europe, and playing the other Schmeichel there. I think that's going to work out quite well utility wise for me. Fun Schmeichel, Neon edition as well, boss lineups, let's go for it. Happy with these. I don't think I'm going to change anything off the back of what I've seen today. Don't think I've got much option to really swap this around, but I'm really happy with the team anyway. All Black at home to Leverkusen obviously isn't fantastic, but it is what it is. Super rare, we went with Goretzka and Coop Miners in midfield, Robbo in defence. I do have Kuto I could play in defence, but I think Liverpool at home, if they are going full strength for it now, just to do whatever it is they're doing in the Champions League, I think that could be good. And Dortmund away, like, Kuto might not do well. Like, he might do well, I don't know. Robbo feels more nailed, and Skanikov's my only option. So, bit gutted he's not on to start, but can't do much about it. And then All-Star, Connor Hazard, I don't think is on to play, is he? But he's like my only other viable keeper, or the only other keeper with a match, potentially. Unless I used like that limited Schmeichel and then done something around it. Yeah. Hazard, doubtful. So he's in and around it, but probably not back yet. And nice classic outfit. Obviously, Wirtz doesn't have a great game, but I fancy the Bayern guys to have a nice match. And then obviously, so I could play like the Schmeichel Limited with these guys in like a classic mode then it would be. And we're going to play another 23 4-man with Van der Voort. So we've got Van der Voort, we've got Frimmers, we've got Guardiola. Let's play Aaron Barrow. I don't know, do I have a goalkeeper for Europa? That's one thing I've not checked. Oh, it would have come up in the special, wouldn't it? Foster's not going to play. Yeah. So it's just Van der Voort, 4-man, the only thing I've got left to pick. So Van der Voort, I don't mind Aaron Barrow as a defender. Not a great match, but like he's... Or maybe we play the Kuto here. Frimpong could be good against Atleti. Who's in midfield? Ledesma, that could be fun. Sucic. Sergio Gomez is still under 23. That feels like news to me. Forwards are no great shakes. I'm maybe taking Adamida. I fancy Takikubo to do well against an Italian team. But as a way, it's not a great match. Either could just be a wee cheat code off the bench for Celtic against Young Boys. That could be a team he just scores a few goals against. Looks like a hero all of a sudden. Yeah, I think I would go Adam Mida up front. So let's go back to defence. Who do we want? We've got Guardiola playing PSG, big player for big games and all that caper. We've actually got a lot of defence options. We probably play double defence, so let's just pick a midfielder to run with. Either Sucic or Gomez. I'm going to pick Ledesma if he's on to play at right back. That could just be fun as a cheat code. And then we've got Frimpong, we've got Guardiola, we've got Aaron Baru. They're the three choices, and Kuto. Frimpong is kind of up front in this game, which I kind of like. And Kuto, I'm probably going to go Frimpong and Kuto, I think. Yeah. Kuto having 16% on him is a lot of fun as well. Kuto can get 80, so I'm going to captain him. There we go. Adeyemi or Hyung Jun for Celtic. I'm taking Adeyemi all day, mate. All day. And for the extra spot, like, that's so tough between Robbo, Hatate and Kyogo. You're just kind of asking yourself, who's the better player to get 70? And I don't think there is like a strikingly obvious one out of the three of them. Kyogo's maybe the easiest one because he's a striker, just needs that decisive and a bit of that play. Oh, we've got another keeper. We do have Gun limited. So let's go to Classic All-Star. Oh, do we maybe just turn this rare team into limited? Top 20%. Yeah, I might just leave the rare team where it is and we'll use the limited team with Gun. And yeah, man, we can pick like Celtic defenders. We've got a rare Robbo we could use. Lager Bielka. Angelino. For the fun, let's play Taylor. Oh, Tanaka against Leeds. It feels a wee bit upsetting for some of you guys at home, but I think it's the only... Limer's going to play this. I don't know what that's talking about. Yeah, I think I will just take Eo Tanaka. And then up front, Dokester, Dyson. Yeah, I'm taking Dyson. Which then makes me just want to Celtic this up a bit. And play that McGregor. Yeah. And fifth man. Do I have another hit? I must have another Hatate somewhere. Ooh, Hatate defender. Hatate defender. Let's play that. Captain that as well. Just for the old times. I don't mind that. That's fun. Yeah, I think I'm quite well set. Just need to throw training lineups together, guys. We've got 25 likes. There's about 70 of you here. Maybe even 80. Please do smash the like button if you've had a good time with us today, previewing the best of Europe, as well as all the other Champions League and Europa League stuff that's been going on ahead of the Sorare game week. I need to get myself ready, guys. I've got the press conference with Brendan Rodgers at 3 o'clock today, and another wee bits and pieces of recording and streaming and whatever else to organise for tonight. We'll be back for some reward opening as well. I've got a huge video as well, guys, on the channel where I'm giving away tons of limiteds on the Zero to Hero video that came out a few days ago. So make sure to check that out. Make sure to get involved in the giveaway for that as well. And yeah, I'm just going to throw some training lineups out. And that'll be us for this morning. And I'll be back for the old evening shift. We'll be opening up some boxes, try to do some crafting. Maybe we'll have a little bit of... Yeah, maybe we'll just use in-seasons to boost them up a bit. To get involved for that as well. Should be good fun tonight. Maybe have a wee giveaway on the go. Let's see how things all shake out. Lager be okay. Let's play him. Let me know what you're doing for this game week, guys. If you put your team in for Best of Europe yet, let me know. Adam Baru, Sucic. Don't care about any of them. Jerky. Dokester. Matt Ryan moved to Lons. Yeah, I think I seen it on the timeline yesterday that was moving. And yeah, has it happened? That's it done. No game this game week. Really. I might need to go back and change one of those keepers actually. Let's go with the number 1 Vickers. Let's go with yeah, Olmo. I want him leveling up, and yeah, Oyarzabal. I don't like that being under 10%. And then 5th man for this team. 1 Lager BLK is enough for me, I think, but maybe throw maybe a super rare into this team. Put Tati in. Bischoff just signed a pre-contract with Bayern. Ooh, big move for Bayern, by the way. Musiala, Bischoff, ooh, Kimmich. What a midfield 3 that's in the making, by the way. No game this game week. And what other goalkeeper do we want getting some... Oh, we need to change the filter. Who do we want getting levelled up? Oh, the Misas, I could do with some of them. Oh, Mitov. Let's take Mitov first. Gone Mike, Biscagli, Jude, Lang, and Limited Tielemans for Best of Europe. That's a fun team, by the way. Mike is Magic Mike for anyone at home that is unaware. Let's maybe put this in-season Tierney in, because we want that to get some XP alongside, like, yeah, Zubimendi and another Dyson. And have we got, yeah, Max, yeah, we've done all that stuff, that's good. Kang, maybe not. Big Edmund, Tapsoba. Let's go Mukiele. I like Mukiele, get some points this week. Good team, mini-me, I like that a lot. So Fraser Foster, yeah, I don't care about Fraser Foster getting XP. Let's change that around to... Hemming. And Musso will change that as well to... I don't care about Craig Gordon as much, really. Doesn't feel like a good investment in time, does it? Nobody hiding down there. Let's just put Killison in. Rice and Kusanov straight in training today with City. Means business with these signings, doesn't he? And then, yeah, let's go in-season rare. Who else is the keepers we've got? Oxborough, who's injured, with a wee broken thumb. Lassanur, Dimitrevsky. Yeah, so maybe just look classic quickly. Who needs... Yeah, let's take one of the Amisas. And then we're looking at Scales. Limer. Openda. Actually, maybe drop Openda for another. Let's take a Kyogo in this one. And then Soboslai. Let's take that Hatate. Yeah, new signings can't play until the next stage. And then last but not least, let's do a super rare one. Dimitrovic. What defender do we want? Getting a little bit of XP this game week. Don't think Arnaut or Miguel are going to play. David Lopez is even questionable. So yeah, this could be a good one for Mukiele to get some XP under his belt. Yang Hale might play this game. And then, yeah, Oyarzabal. And to finish off, maybe put Aliesh in case he features. Who's going to benefit us sooner rather than later is probably the better way of thinking about it. Who are we playing more regularly? Angelino, Gutierrez. These guys are almost done. XP is going to be tough to kind of just finish off. Is there someone? Baron Ashea, Ivan Martin's quite high. So, let's put Song in. It's quite low. Comparison. Kasper, Buscagli, Vlap, Atgun, and Limited Koundé from Boyson. That's a good team. Could see them feature against Chelsea though, given Diaz a rest at some point. Yeah. Maybe. That's a good shout. Awesome. So I think I'm kind of all but set for tonight, guys, or for this midweek. Champions League and a wee bit of Europa League, which I kind of forgot about when setting up for today. But yeah, quite chuffed with the Celtic stacks, and yeah, it should be a good buzz. Middle stack we're sticking with, I think. The rest of the guys are fine, aren't they? Awesome. Yeah. Happy with them. Do I want to change the Connor Hazard Angus Gunn thing around? Probably not. Or do I? Nah, maybe not. Nah, I'll just leave him. And then Van der Voort Hedge is in place as well. That's cool. Yeah, awesome. How long have I been live for? Oh no, nice wee hour and a bit, guys. Hope you've had good fun with me. Nice way to start the day. Why-ya-ya-ya! I need to make my way to paradise now. Wish me luck, everyone. I'll be back today on Satara here tonight. After we speak to Brendan, previewing the match. We'll be back here on this channel tonight to open some boxes, maybe do a wee giveaway or something like that. We've got Champions League action on the background or something. Let's just see how it shakes out. And yeah, videos will be out here, there and everywhere as well in between. How long until the deadline? The deadline's a normal time, but the Celtic press conference is at 3 o'clock, and I'll be there. I'll be asking Brendan questions, so I won't be here for the deadline. So I'm just kind of getting ahead of time. Yeah, obviously if anything mad comes out, guys, feel free to try and get in touch with me and update me and whatever if you want in the chat and whatever, Telegram and all that good stuff. But otherwise, I think that's me ready, set, and locked and loaded. I was thinking about that, Boyson. I was thinking about that, reviewing his gallery when we get there. Right, Brendan, we're here to talk about reviewing your squad, you know. Could be a good one. Let's see, we'll see. I've got 3 questions lined up. I'm going to ask him about Vickers playing all the time. I'm going to ask him about Kyogo looking good recently. Out wide, and now he's back in the middle. And I was going to ask him about... Oh, there's a third thing. I need to word them properly, but so I don't sound like an idiot and he answers me properly. Can you see my teams for this game week on Sorare data? Would like your advice. Ooh, let's have a peek. Not doing the lineup building and stuff, JD91, but let's have a peek. What is it you're doing? What are we cooking with? Is it like overall? What competition are we talking here, mate? It's limited, isn't it? What am I doing? Oh, Nooble. Nooble. The thing with your defence is, do you either just go for Grimaldo in Spain to do well, or do we just go with Gabmag's safety and hope he scores? I actually think Gabmag's a good shout if he's on. 90% on. Timber could be fine. Maybe done that a wee bit quick. Yeah. I think your best team kind of picks itself after defence. You can't play that, sadly, in the The specialist, the averages are all too high. So that would need to be just an anyone, but the Nubo 46 is quite valuable. Louis Barry would be left wing, wouldn't he? I think it'll be a good move. I hope we do it. Right, guys, I think we're locked and loaded. We're ready to go. We've looked at a fair bit today. Hopefully we've got a few wee bits more of intel to get us set for the game week. And yeah, got some boxes. Wee bit of cash. Looks like we'll cling on to a wee bit of cash. That's fun. Asandial, boys. What did I tell yous? Asandial, loving life. 2 boxes out of La Liga. No promotions. No, which is fine enough. Actually, it didn't score very well. At least I can get a wee box or 2 out of them. But yeah, Amiri didn't outscore Goretzka, so we finished 35th. We got a box from Bundes. And where else did we get a box? Oh, here, D2. We didn't get promoted. Guardiola managed to kind of drag us up a wee bit with that huge AA score. And we got promoted with the foundation team, despite Dokes sucking. And the free card trick is getting relegated, which is fun, because this game week it might be a 5-man. Maybe it wins. That could be good. Kuto did well there last game week, actually. That's fun to see. What was his raw score? Yeah, it was like 52, 62. Nice. Right, Kuto's fun. Awesome, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks for hanging out with me this morning. It's been an absolute pleasure. Champions League is back. Champions League fever is in town. We're having a party in the Champions League. We're having a party in the Champions League.